You put down the drink, you walked away from the substance. You did the hard thing. And your reward, the thing nobody warned you about, is a body that still feels like it's in withdrawal 6 months later. Here's what nobody tells you about sobriety. Your brain might be on board, but your body didn't get the memo. The recovery industry sold you a timeline: 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Collect your chip, you're healed. That timeline is about abstinence. It is not about biology. Your nervous system spent years, maybe decades, calibrated to chaos, cortisol flooding, dopamine spiking. Your body built an entire architecture around the substance. When you remove it, you don't get peace. You get a body that doesn't know how to regulate itself anymore. The shakes might stop in a week. The sleep might return in a month. But the deeper systems, the gut, the vagus nerve, the dopamine receptors, the stress response, those don't reset on a 30-day calendar. They reset on their own timeline. And that timeline is measured in years, not months. This isn't a personal failure, it's biology. So let's talk about what's actually happening inside of you. Dopamine is not just the pleasure chemical, it's the motivation chemical. It's the anticipation chemical. It's what makes a Tuesday afternoon feel worth living. Years of substance use downregulated your dopamine receptors. Your brain, trying to survive the flood, simply turned off the receivers. And now you're sober. The substance is gone, but those receptors, they're still down. And that's why everything feels flat. Not sad, flat. That sunset doesn't hit. Music doesn't move you. Food tastes like nothing. You're doing everything right and feeling nothing. And that nothing feels like punishment. But it's not punishment. It's a brain rewiring itself from scratch. And rewiring takes time. But the dopamine is only half the story. The other half lives in your nervous system. Substance use trains your body to live in survival mode. Your amygdala, the threat detector, becomes hyperactive. Your vagus nerve, the calming brake, goes offline. You spent years in fight or flight, and your body forgot what safety feels like. So now, in sobriety, your nervous system is still scanning for threats, still bracing, still dumping cortisol into your bloodstream when there's no danger. The anxiety you feel in early recovery, that's not just emotional, that's psychology. Your body is literally stuck in a stress state it learned from the addiction. And talking your way out of it doesn't work. You can't think your nervous system into calm. You have to teach it. Here's a piece of this most people never hear. 90% of your serotonin is produced in your gut, not your brain, your gut. Years of substance use disseminate your gut microbe. That bacteria that regulate mood, anxiety, and impulse control get wiped out. And they don't just come back because you stopped drinking. This is why so many people in early recovery deal with depression that doesn't respond to talk therapy. It's why the anxiety doesn't lift. It's why cravings hit out of nowhere. Because your gut and your brain are having a conversation you're not even aware of. And your gut is still screaming. Healing the body means healing the gut. This isn't alternative medicine. This is the science of the gut-brain axis. And in recovery, it's almost completely ignored. So, what do you do with all of this? You don't just wait. Waiting while your body slowly recalibrates is how people relapse. The discomfort becomes unbearable, and the substance is right there. You have to become your body's partner in this recovery, not just its landlord. 3 things that actually work, grounded in biology, we just covered. The first one is cold exposure. An ice bath, a cold shower, even 30 seconds of cold at the end of your shower. Cold activates the vagus nerve. It forces your nervous system to reset. It teaches your body physically that you can survive discomfort without reaching for an escape. And it triggers a dopamine release that lasts for hours naturally. Second, movement. That isn't punishment. Not the gym if you hate the gym. Walking, stretching, anything that tells your body it's allowed to feel something other than numb. Exercise releases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Scientists call it fertilizer for the brain. Your dopamine receptors need that fertilizer. Third, nutrition with intention. Fermented foods for the gut, proteins for the amino acids that build neurotransmitters, omega-3s to reduce brain inflammation. This isn't about a diet. It's about giving your body the raw materials to build what addiction tore down. None of these are magic, but together they're a signal to your body that says, we're not just surviving anymore, we're rebuilding. And here's the thing I want you to sit with. That flatness you feel, that anxiety, that sense that something is still wrong, that your body is broken or stubborn or refusing to cooperate, what if it's actually the opposite? What if your body isn't fighting you? It's catching up. It took years to get here, years of rewiring, years of damage, years of teaching your brain and your gut and your nervous system that the substance was necessary for survival. Your body believed that. It adapted to that. And now you've changed the rules. You've taken away the thing it thought it needed. And your body's doing the only thing it can. Slowly, carefully rebuilding. Receptors regrow. Neural pathways reform. The gut microbiome shifts. The nervous system learns, physically learns, that safety is possible again. That process doesn't feel good. It feels like emptiness, like restlessness, like something's missing. But the emptiness isn't a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that you're healing. There's a book called The body keeps the score. It's about trauma, not addiction, but the principle applies. Your body has been keeping score of everything you went through. Every drink, every withdrawal, every night you didn't think you'd make it to the morning. But the body doesn't just keep score of the damage. It also keeps score of the healing. Every cold plunge that taught your nervous system to reset, every walk that told your legs they still work, every nutrient-dense meal that gave your gut the bacteria it needed to make serotonin again. Your body is not your enemy. It's not the thing that's broken. It's the thing that's been fighting to keep you alive this entire time. And now, finally, you get to fight with it, not against it. The substance was never the real enemy. You were. You just forgot how to listen. I'll see you in the next one.